Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with my hashtag teamprojectpan update. And I sadly haven't finished anything this month. I have a couple of things that are close. One thing that if I literally used it one more time, it would be finished. But at first I thought, well, let me wait a day and film it tomorrow and make sure to use that one product up. Then I was like, you know what? This is the reality of project panning. Sometimes when it's time for the update, you have things that are right on the cusp. So I am going to go ahead and put a product back in for that particular item, but we'll get to it when we get down the line. So like I said, I just figured, you know what, that's the reality of project panning. I guess I'll share that with you. It's okay. And you know what? I have put makeup on today. I have been very shitty about putting on makeup lately. So let me go ahead and film this while I'm dressed for it. Anyways, first product up is this. This is my primer. It is the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and it has very little progress. I was actually quite amazed that it had some progress because I was working on something else this month. There it is right there. And this is the time of year where I kind of have to be careful with this primer. I can't wear it out on really hot days in the middle of the day. Like I can wear it if I go out at night. I can wear it if I just put on makeup for filming, because I find that even if I'm just putting on makeup for filming and being around the house during the day, that I need to wear a primer so that stuff goes on more smoothly. I know there are a lot of people out there that could just get away with moisturizer, but for whatever reason, I'm not one of them. Maybe it's all psychosomatic. I couldn't really tell you. But once I finish, it's this damn thing right here, which has like 1 to 2 uses left. I was able to squeeze it all down finally and get a little bit more product. I thought it was going to be done today, but it was not. But once I get that done, I'm going to work just on this, even though I put a travel size primer in my, what is it called? New Decade Project Pan 2.0. And I'm only going to use that primer when I have to really be out and about. So I really want to finish this in like the next 2 months. Because it's getting older, not because I don't enjoy it. Like I like that as a winter primer, and I like that as a make my skin look a little more glowy product. I'm rambling anyways. Next is my foundation. It is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1. And I actually scraped around the bottle this time so that I could see, both I and you could see properly in it. And it looks like I had a lot of progress, even though I literally wore makeup 9 times in June. Because I do keep track of that sort of thing to make sure I'm using, you know, my products, and I wasn't, obviously. But the weight in here didn't change too much. Last time it weighed 90.8 grams, and this time it weighs 84.2 grams, but like, it's not just scraped down on the sides. Like, I don't know if, let me see if I can show it to you this way. Like, I did push down the sides, but I also, like, you know, wore what was on the sides. Like, that's that's how low it is all the way around, basically. So I didn't cheat that way. I think this might have been lower than I thought last time, because this says like a 30 milliliter bottle. So I feel like either 6 grams is probably correct, but this looks like more than 6 grams, but what do I know? I don't know. I'm babbling. Sorry about that. Next is my concealer. I was actually, even when I was wearing makeup, I forgot this a couple of times. It's the Hard Candy Correct Expert Cream. This is like a light peach that I use under my eyes. So last time it weighed 12.6 grams. This time it weighs 12.5. I'll probably finish this by the end of the year. I just, you know, have to remember to use it. Oh, and some of it dried on the outside. That's attractive. It's probably now all over my neck. Whatever. So probably won't finish that till the end of the year, but I think I can finish it by the end of the year. I just, you know, have to remember to use it. Next is my powder. It is the Pretty Vulgar, I don't want to tip this upside down for a reason I'll show you in a minute, the Powder Room Matte About It Loose Setting Powder. Now this comes with 25 grams of product. According to my math here, going from the start to finish, I have used up what looks to be 23 grams of product. So last time it weighed 75.4 grams, this time it weighs 71.9. So I used up another 4 grams. Now, a lot of that weight, like I weigh it with the stopper in, with the powder puff in, with the top on and everything. So I was like, either I'm going to be done with this soon, or this has more product than it says, but I'm trying to not dump this on my computer this time, because I had a fit last time when I did that. So that is all I have left. In theory, I should be able to use up what I think is the last 5 grams in like the next month, in theory. But that looks like more than 5 grams of powder to me. I don't know. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. I would love to be done with this powder. As much as I love to powder my face, I'm realizing that some powders are a little too cakey for me. And this is one of them. Like originally I really liked it, but it's just a little too much. Or maybe I'm not as good at applying loose powder as I am at pressed powder and I pick up too much on my brush. I don't know. I didn't have this problem with the Becca one that I panned basically last year. I finished it like the second day of this year because it's like if I had worn makeup one more time, I'd have finished this powder last year. Random ramblings, but I think I can finish that next month going by the weight, but looking at the product, I think it's going to take me 2 months. I don't know, that thing confuses me. Next is my makeup setting spray. This doesn't have a lot of progress because I was finishing a mini last month, and like I said, I didn't wear makeup that much, so this didn't get a lot of love. It is the Ofra Makeup Fixer Mini. And I looked it up online because I bought this from a friend of mine for like $5 and I was thinking it was probably worth about $5. Ofra sells this for 10 bucks, just 2 ounces of product. I'm like, that feels like a lot. But I know Urban Decay sells their minis for like 15 and I know I've bought those before, like their travel size products. So I don't know, maybe it's just something in my head. It's like I'll pay it for Urban Decay because I know it works, but I'm a little iffy on Ofra because I'm not too sure about it yet. Once again, I'm babbling. Don't listen to me anyways. Here are my progress marks. Like I said, I did not use this a ton last month because I was finishing something else up. Weight change. Last time it weighed 69.9 grams. This time it weighs 63.8 grams. So my intention is actually to finish this month because if I wear makeup regularly, I could go through a lot of setting spray in a month. So that is my intention, but we shall see where I end up. Next is the bronzer. This is the MAC Cosmetics Aquatic from the Aquatic collection and Aphrodite Shell. It's an extra dimension bronzer. This is what it looked like last time. And here we are today. So it looks like there's like a crack or something developing in it. I don't know what is going on, but like right here, it looks like there's a crack, but I'm not particularly rough with it or anything. So I don't know if it's just because it's on a baked pan that maybe it's, you know, wearing down a little weird, but I still got a ways to go because as you can see in it, I poked a hole in it once just out of curiosity, but I feel like I can kind of see rings in it. So I don't know. Like looking in the middle in certain lights, I feel like I can see the pan ring. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So I guess we'll see whenever I do hit pan on it. Then I was like, okay, I guess I was seeing pan. If I hit pan on it in like a month, then maybe I was seeing pan rings. If not, maybe I'm just, you know, hoping. Next is my blush. It's the Wet n Wild Ombre Blush. Here is what it looked like last time. And here we are today. So this did not get as much love last month because if you follow my Young, Wild, and Cruelty-Free Project Pan, I hit pan on a different blush that I have been working on for like 7 months. And once I hit a little bit of pan on it, I had to keep using it because I got excited because like the whole middle is really, really thin right now. So every time I use it, it reveals more pan. And this one does too a little bit because I know I expanded the pan at least a little bit, but I poked a hole in this one. Like I cheated and I poked a hole because I was like, I gotta be close. And I was pretty close, but the edges are a little bit higher than on the Benefit bronzer, not bronzer, blush. I was trying to say everything but blush. So this one is gonna take a little bit longer to start really expanding that pan. And in case you're curious, because you don't follow that, I guess I could show it to you. It's the Bella Bomba bronzer. And like I said, all the area around the pan is really thin, so a ton more reveals literally every time I use it. So I'm more excited to use that right now for once, because I've been mad at it for ages and not wanting to touch it. Because if you're a project panner, you know how that is when nothing ever shows progress and you just get mad at it and don't even want to use it. You want to use the stuff that's showing progress. Silly but true. Anyways, next is my the blush last time. Oh wait, I forgot about the bronzer. Last time the bronzer weighed 43.5 grams and this time weighs 42.9. And the Wet n Wild blush, last time it weighed 39.0 and this time it weighs 38.8. Anyways, next product. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. I think they're called like Color Icon or something now, but it's in Precious Petals. Here's what it looked like last time. And here we are today. Slowly but surely that pan is getting bigger. Thing is, I've mentioned this a million times, this is actually a mixed product. I mixed in a lighter highlight with this and then it didn't get much lighter, unfortunately. But I don't know if I could finish this by the end of the year. Like, I'm gonna have to start using this damn thing as an eyeshadow or something. Or start, you know, making my husband wear highlighter or something and just be like, here, put this on so I can finish it. And he's gonna be like, no, get that crap off me. I hate glitter. Not that that has glitter in it, but yeah. I'm being silly. Last time it weighed 42.6 grams. This time it weighs 42.5. I'm going down by like 1 gram, 0.1 gram every month, and it's driving me crazy. Anyways, this next is well, because I'm holding it, it's going to be next, my cream blush. This is the Sally Hansen Sheerest Cream Blush in the shade Beaming. Here's what it looked like last time. And here we are today. Now that this is the only cream blush that I'm using, I'm not using that little sample mini demon anymore. The pan is expanding a lot more. This is another product that is starting to crack on one side. But this thing is hella old, so I'm not surprised it's starting to do kind of weird things, but still smells fine, isn't growing anything, doesn't make me break out, so I'm gonna keep using it, even if I think this crack means that it's starting to dry out. And considering how old I think this product is, which I'm not going to say because I'm horrified at how old it is and that I still use it, but I still use it. So just because I'm a little horrified at how old it is hasn't really been stopping me. I'm not surprised that it's probably starting to dry out. I use it with a makeup sponge, so I don't really have a problem getting it on my face or anything like that. So, you know, just kind of rambling. Last time it weighed 37.3 and this time it weighs 37.1. As long as I use makeup in the next month, I expect a pretty big jump on that because now that's the only cream blush I'm working on. Next is my eye primer. This is the NARS Pro Prime Eye Primer, Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, blah. This was another thing that if I had worn more makeup last month, I'd have had this done because there's very little left. Last time it weighed 8.8 grams, this time it weighs 8.4. I don't know how much is in here because I can't read the teeny tiny writing on the bottom. Maybe if I move into the light I can read it. Oh, 2.8 grams, and yet I am scraping the shit out of it. So, like, I took the stopper out. I took the stopper out the first month, but I know that the stopper weighs 0.2 grams, so, because I weighed it at one point. But like every time I think I'm out, I scrape it and I get more product. So eventually I'm gonna run out of it because I'm not gonna be able to scrape anything else out of it. Well, it'll be finished when it's finished, but when I finish this, I'm gonna go back to the MAC paint pot. I just wanted to make sure that I finished a eye primer this year, and well, NARS sells in China, so they are not cruelty free, so I should get that out of my collection anyway. Next is my gel eyeliner, because I didn't put in a new pencil eyeliner in May, so 2 months ago now, because I wanted to work on a couple of eyeliners in different projects rather than throwing in another one, and I wanted to get a little more work on this as well. It is the e.l.f. Cream Eyeliner. It is surprisingly still creamy for how old it is. Here's what it looked like last time. And here is what it looks like today. I think I've expanded the pan a little bit more. And I'm also putting like a line right here, I think. So I'm trying to like kind of hit the side pan, but also just, you know, trying to make more progress in it and use it every day. Because for a while I was just using it around the top, but I wasn't seeing any visible progress and it was starting to drive me insane. So I have to find a way to make visible progress again. Last time it weighed 22.7 grams. This time it weighs 22.6. And I've only used up 0.8 grams of it this year. I am not finishing that this year. I don't know who you people are that finish a gel eyeliner in 1 year, because I can't do it. I sometimes even use that as a cream eyeshadow base and I still can't do it. Good on you people. Right, so next is my brow powder. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow powder. I do really like it, so I don't think I'm going to finish it this year though. Anyways, here's what it looked like last time. And here's what it looks like today. I think the pan is expanding. I don't know, these pans expand so little when you look at it. It looks like it expands so little every day when you look at it. I'm sure that the lighter side has. Honestly, I'm sure that the darker side has too, just because I only hit pan on it. I think I only hit pan on it in May too. May or early June, I'm not entirely sure. I hit pan for the last update, but I've filmed all of my stuff late last month and I'm trying to be better this month at least, so. Like, there's probably only about 3 weeks of progress on this project right now because I'm trying to get everything a little bit more back on schedule. So I'm sure if I'd have waited another week and actually updated 4 weeks from when I filmed and updated last time, a couple of things would be done, but I'm not that worried about it. Next is my brow pencil, and instead of whipping out my notebook and trying to show it to you, I'm actually just going to take a picture of all like the drawn progresses this time. So here is the drawn progress. And as you can see, I really don't have a lot of it left. Now, admittedly, this is something that breaks off every couple of uses. So I lose product because it is quite dried out. And now it has come loose from the base. So I have to actually roll it down and then push. So it's old. I let it dry up. I should have used it up like last year probably, but I'm getting as much usage as I can out of it now. And that's really the best that I can do. But it is the Miraness 3D Multi-Shade Brow Express Pencil. I had such a hard time finding a price for this because I put prices in here so that when I enter it into my empties, I don't have to look it up. And it was a pain in the ass to find a price for it, so I don't think they sell this anymore. I'm not a triangular brow person anyway, like triangular product. I like my micro pencils and my powder. Let's see. Speaking of products that I'm going to show measurements of, next is my lip liner, which I have progress on this month. And we're just enough times to get a little bit of progress. Anyways, here is the picture. And here is the actual product. I still have a good bit left, but I made progress, so. And next is my Dior lipstick, which I'm not going to show you a picture of because it didn't seem to move. And I'll show you why. This has happened to me a couple of times with this lipstick. And it seems to happen to people with lipsticks a lot. So I know I'm not the only person because I wore this every time I used that lip liner. And the lip liner shows progress, but the lipstick doesn't, and that makes me mad. But it's dipping down on one side so that when I stick it up to the actual paper, part of it is flush with the line and part of it is lower than the line. But because of how I started lining it and because I wear my lipsticks fairly flat, I can't really make a new mark. So I need to step it up with this because I really want to finish this by the end of the year. I tend to finish one red lipstick and lip liner a year, and I'd like to keep that up. Because I really do like to wear red lips. It's just that it hasn't been going with the eyeshadow looks that I've been panning with my Project Pan. Which, I mean, it totally happens sometimes. Next is the lip I'm actually wearing today under some lip gloss that is also in here. It is the Glow Sticks Semi-Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Honey Bun. Weight hasn't changed. This is the only time I've worn it, but I figured, you know what? Let me at least wear it for the video. And I want to make a note to wear this at least 3 times in the next month. I want to say 5, but I can't necessarily promise 5. But I can promise at least 3. So that is my goal, to at least wear this 3 times in the next month. Unfortunately, I can't see through it. I have never been able to see through it. I have just been weighing it. And the weight hasn't changed. And I've only used up 0.3 grams of it. And I know that this has a decent amount of product in it, but I don't know how much. Oh, it only has 4 grams of product in it, so it makes me feel a little bit better. But I mean, I still have a lot to go. I haven't even used up 1 gram of product and it has 4 in there. So I need to really step it up with that. Whew. Okay, next is the product that has literally 1 more use. And that is the Tarte Lip Scrub. And I don't know how well you can see in there, but there's literally like a tiny bit at the bottom. It's literally 1 use. And I didn't want to overuse it because I thought the last time I used it was 1 use left, but it turned out to be 2. So last time it weighed 24.8 grams. This time it weighs 22.3. So I did use it a little bit less than the time before, but... So what I'm going to add in replacement is this. Oh, you might be familiar with this if you follow my New Decade Project Pan. This is the Sephora Kiss Me Lip Balm that I really don't like the feeling of because of all the glitter in it. But somebody on that video suggested that I like melt this down and run it through some cheesecloth to see if I can get the glitter out, because she actually reminded me of this because it was a tip from the 2 ladies that started this project, Kat and Haley, where they were trying to get glitter out of a setting spray. It was a MAC setting spray actually. And if I ruin this, I don't really care. Because I'm not that attached to it. It's not expensive or anything like that, and they don't make it anymore, but it's by Sephora, so I wouldn't buy it anyway because they sell in China. Like the Sephora brand itself does. But so I have a picture of it that I can share from month to month, but this time I was smart and I also weighed it, and it weighs 18.7 grams. Now, if I actually go through with like getting a cheesecloth and melting this down and running it through that to get all the glitter out, the weight might significantly change. So if I do that, it will be an entirely new weight next month. Or I might just be lazy and keep swiping it on my lips and bitch about it. It's entirely possible. That sounds like a lot of work, but at the same time, it would make using that so much more pleasant, and I know it. Next is something I unfortunately have not used. It is the Wet n Wild Mega Last nail polish in some freaking color. I don't know, no company's putting names on these minis, or barely any do. So it is in that exact same spot that it was last time, because I was able to get a mark on it last time, but this is the first time I've painted my nails in a month, and I painted them right before this video, so I do what I can do. Whew, and I think we have finished the makeup. Yay. Which means we only got a couple of things left. First is my perfume. This is the Pacifica Blood Orange perfume, Tuscan Blood Orange perfume, and I've been really enjoying it. Here are my progress marks. So, got a nice little chunk of that used up. Last time it weighed 84.3 grams, and this time it weighs 79.5. The product that I replaced this with wasn't quite finished last time either, but I don't have it on me. It's in my empties, so. The Viva La Juicy perfume, so. I was going to show you that, but I totally forgot. Next is the Ulta, what is this called exactly? Smooth Exfoliating Body Scrub in coconut and almond milk. I haven't used this as much as I should have because it's kind of messy. Like, I have to clean out my bathtub after I use it because it leaves some residue. But I have used it a couple of times, as you can see. Anyways, last time it weighed 335.8 grams, and this time it weighs 220.1 gram. And you're like, and I'm sure you guys are like, that's still a really big jump, and that's a great jump, don't get me wrong, but this has 227 grams of product in it, for one. And two, if I actually use a scrub every time, I can go through like one a month. Like, that's just one of those things that I burn through because I love to give my like legs and arms a good scrub. Next is my skincare product, and it is the COSRX Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence. It's a very long name, so I have to read it off the thing, and I forgot to mark this. I weighed it, but I forgot to mark it. Anyways, I was a little lackadaisical in my skincare, so it's a little less than last month. Anyway, but it still has a decent weight change. Last time it weighed 121.0 grams, and this time it weighs 108.3 grams. And now the final product, because my throat hurts from talking so much. And it is my hair product, the Verb Sea Spray. And it has the same progress that it did last month because this lasted me forever. But here are my marks. And weight-wise, it went from 191.0 grams to 176.4 grams, which, yay, progress. I'm probably going to be working on that for the rest of the year and into next year, and I don't mind. Because I love that product, and it's only $18 and it lasts me forever. So yeah, I'm cool with it lasting forever. Anyways, that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye.